Breathe, 49ers faithful. Tonight feels like a turning point. A young piece on defense turned into a serious concern. At the same time, a headline caliber name is buzzing behind the scenes and could reshape our pocket pressure. On offense, the engine has swung between peaks and dips, but he's flirting with history. And to spice it up, a medical question around our field general opens new doubts in the race for the West. What would you choose for the red and gold? Aggressive risk right now or patient strategy? You won't believe what we've got today. So take a seat, drop a like, and let's dive in. You know that bittersweet feeling after a win? That was it. Late in a game that once felt under control at MetLife, the camera cut to the sideline and our bench went quiet. A rookie who'd been ascending, playing with juice, hit the turf, and instantly everyone sensed it wasn't minor. The helmet pounding, the slow walk to the locker room, it froze Levi's from miles away. After everything this defense has endured, it was exactly the last update you hoped not to hear. Hours after the 34-24 final, the answers arrived. Michael Williams tore the ACL and the lateral meniscus and is out for the year, confirmed by Kyle Shanahan after an initial national report. The symbolism stung more because it happened on a surface that's been criticized for years. Williams, the number 11 pick in the 2025 draft, had been building rhythm and offering inside-out versatility, a valuable profile for a roster that's lost depth. Context matters. The unit already lost to major injuries its two pillars of identity and leadership, Fred Warner and Nick Bosa. Without them, the pass rush math changes. The front has to manufacture pressure with disguise and post-snap swaps, and the defensive play caller loses the edge closer and the voice that sets everyone's landmarks. The practical result? Fewer third and longs, more time for opposing quarterbacks, bigger windows behind the second level. So what now? Creativity everywhere. Redistribute snaps, crank up stunts in games, walk a safety into the box to tighten reads, and commit to well-timed pressures. Use five-man surfaces to force one-on-ones, spin the safeties late, and lean on simulated pressures to bait protection rules without exposing the secondary. Adjust the fronts to protect the edge, ask the weak side end for strict contain, even at the expense of burst, and blend speed outside with density inside to hurry throws. Meanwhile, the front office has to scan the market with a magnifying glass. The deadline hits November 4th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and one sharp move could revive that old Levi's sense of inevitability. Fans are already asking the season-defining question: spend big for an immediate spark off the edge or split the bet into two solid pieces at a fair price. The West is tight, the calendar is unforgiving, and the margin for error is shrinking. While the sting of that loss settled in, an idea began to take hold in Santa Clara. If fate took Michael Williams and the defense lost its elite core, why not flip the script with boldness? League chatter says Kayvon Thibodeau has landed on John Lynch's radar. It's the kind of move that mixes urgency and audacity, and it could redefine the face of the 49ers pass rush. Sounds crazy? Maybe. But Thibodeau checks boxes we're missing up front. Explosive first step, heavy hands against the run, and a contract still under team control. Add his ability to collapse the pocket, and you get exactly the kind of energy that turns decisive drives into takeaways. Let's talk price and fit. The Giants know what they have, especially with disruptive talent elsewhere on their line, so the ask will hover near a first-round pick with conditions. That's steep, but the calculation isn't just about draft capital, it's about the window. With Bosa out and Warner sidelined, a premier edge can change your entire defensive geometry. More true four-man rushes, fewer all-out gambles, and a chance to keep your coverage structures intact. Thibodeau can play in a wide nine, spike inside on games, and set an edge without ceding the C-gap. He's not a quick fix for every problem, but he's a multiplier. He makes your linebackers faster by closing cutback lanes, and he turns hurries into hits, hits into sacks, sacks into fumbles. The cap side is navigable. Because you'd be acquiring a rookie deal year plus a team option, you're buying time to evaluate fit before committing long-term money. If he pops, you structure the extension with rolling guarantees, early roster bonuses, and per-game active escalators that align with health and performance. If he's merely good, you still bought a stabilizer for a stretch run without detonating the future. Inside the locker room, a swing like that sends a message. We believe this season still belongs to us. Players feel that signal. It raises practice intensity, sharpens accountability, and energizes a defense that's had to absorb body blows. The fan base is split, splash move versus prudence. But everyone agrees on one thing: standing still is not an option. And the quiet before the storm, it's gone. Just when the mood threatened to tilt too far toward worry, the offense brought the spark back. Christian McCaffrey, the heartbeat of this scheme, just authored a 3-game run that mirrors the season: intensity, frustration, and redemption. Against the Falcons, he was a hurricane, 201 total yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, the kind of performance that keeps defensive coordinators pacing at 3 a.m. A week later came the shock, 68 total yards against the Texans and a unit stuck in the web of a disciplined defense, and then the bounce back. Versus the Giants, McCaffrey roared again with 173 total yards and 2 scores, reminding everyone why he's the engine that can't stall. There's more. CMC is tracking something historic, becoming the first player ever to post 1,000 rushing and 1,000 receiving yards in 2 separate seasons. Only 3 names have hit 1,000 out of 1,000 a single time. Niners legend Roger Craig, Marshall Faulk, and McCaffrey himself back in 2019. Now he's flirting with the impossible again. He's sitting on rushing and receiving totals that project him into that rare club if he holds pace. And what impresses most is how he responds to a down week. When Houston bottled him up, there was no self-pity, just work. Reports from practice had CMC arriving early, drilling blocking reads, syncing timing with the quarterback room, and tightening his catch angles on the short game menu. The results showed up immediately: smoother timing, cleaner footwork from the line, play action with real bite. If McCaffrey keeps this tempo, the 49ers won't just have an MVP candidate, they'll have the kind of dual threat that forces every defense to change its shape. No coordinator can ignore two-way gravity. He widens lanes for Brandon Ayuk and Jawan Jennings, takes heat off the line, and buys the quarterback precious beats to operate. It's impact beyond the stat line. Quiet leadership you can feel from the upper deck. And the next chapter brings pure heat. A divisional clash with the Rams, a rival who knows this playbook's heartbeat. Those are the games where McCaffrey plays like he's got a personal score to settle. The stage is set, the story is alive, and 23 looks ready to write it again. As the offense reignited, the off-field drama took on urgency. The final diagnosis on Michael Williams confirmed the worst. Torn ACL and meniscus, season over. But that wasn't all. Brock Purdy, the field general of this operation, is now fighting the dreaded turf toe. For a quarterback who relies on a firm base, hip torque, and on-the-move reads, that's a verdict of uncertainty. The question that gripped the faithful was simple: surgery or conservative plan? The season's immediate arc might hinge on that answer. The most credible medical read is straightforward. Severe cases with instability or bone involvement need surgery and a long rehab. Purdy's appears on the mild side, which takes the scalpel off the table, but not the anxiety. Even without surgery, the full process can stretch weeks. Worse, it's a tricky injury. One snap you feel fine, the next it's like your foot is on fire. For a precision passer who builds plays while moving, that volatility is brutal. So, what does that mean schematically? A heavier dose of under-center runs marries with play-action keepers, where the launch point changes and the defense has to honor both edges. You protect the toe with taping and a rigid shoe insert, but you also protect the offense with rhythm throws, quick slants, sticks, glances, and option routes that get the ball out in under 2.5 seconds. When the defense starts squatting on the short game, you hit the shot off misdirection, the deep over behind a flood concept, the glance post off outside zone action. The goal isn't hero ball, it's repeatable efficiency while the toe calms down. And if the backup needs to keep starting, the recipe is the same. Run game on schedule, screens to punish heat, and third down packages that define answers pre-snap. Meanwhile, the fury over the field itself kept boiling. Another key injury on a synthetic surface turned into a symbol of neglect. After the history we've seen there, the question returns: why does the league still accept artificial surfaces when evidence keeps piling up? Players and coaches have campaigned for natural grass everywhere. Owners cite cost and logistics. That argument feels flimsy in 2025. Look at World Soccer. Top stadiums have advanced systems that preserve grass in controlled environments and roll it out pristine on match day. If a global powerhouse can do it, the NFL can too. Some argue this stalemate drags on because leadership prioritizes owners' preferences. Others think only political pressure will move the needle. In the middle of that storm, the 49ers push forward. The training staff uses every tool: recovery boots, anti-inflammatory protocols, customized orthotics, to give the quarterback the best chance to perform without setbacks. The room tightens its grip. The faithful takes a deep breath. If there's one thing history teaches about this franchise, it's that the 49ers don't kneel to adversity. Here's the big picture as the clock ticks on the deadline. Option A: make the splash, pay the premium, and reset the front with a premier edge who changes drive outcomes on his own. Option B: hunt value, The rotational rusher who wins on third and medium, the interior plug who eats double teams, the veteran nickel who steals a possession, a game with savvy leverage. Neither path is wrong. Both say something about how you weigh today versus February. The coaching staff will build a plan for either scenario, but the locker room will feel the difference immediately. A splash says, "We're all in." A value stack says, "We're deeper than whatever hit us." You can win either way. The NFC West has been decided by those thin edges of roster building for years. What can't be lost in the noise is the heartbeat we saw in New Jersey. The offense rediscovered sequencing, the line found its angles, and the skill guys reclaimed their yards after catch identity. That matters in November more than any headline. It travels to tough environments. It steals a first down on a night when your legs are heavy. It turns a 2-score lead into a 4-minute drill that never gives the ball back. If McCaffrey keeps stacking clean games, Ayuk keeps winning isolation routes, and Jennings keeps bullying sticks in traffic, the play-action teeth return, and suddenly every defensive coordinator has to pick a poison they don't like. Exhale, Niner gang. Even with heavy blows, this team's essence showed up. We lost pieces, heard noise, and still saw leadership adjustments and a number. 23 flirting with history. The front office is weighing a bold swing, the locker room's locked in, and the fan base proved Levi's energy travels. Now it's about turning pain into rails, strategy into wins, detail into habit. The division is open, the clock is running, and the next battle smells like January. Would you make the aggressive move for a premier pass rusher or stack depth at a fair price? Drop your take, hit like, subscribe, and share. The red and gold writes the script.